Hi everyone, it's Leeman with Lace Covered Skies. Today I'm finally starting my retro journals, and I started by looking through my leftovers from last time, and they were mostly from National Geographic magazines. I went through two of them before I came on camera, and I picked out everything that I might want to use, and I really wanted to go through the whole thing and get rid of it, so not have any scraps or leftovers. So I went through everything and I separated things out. I got a lot of nature images out that I am saving in here. They're beautiful images, but these are not necessarily ones that I would want to put in a junk journal. This one might be good for a junk journal, but these I want to save for a vintage glue book. So I'm putting them all in this folder and I'm labeling it right here. It just says nature background, and I'm leaving it on the side of my work desk so that I can just put more things in. So I tore a bunch of stuff out, and what I started doing, and this is what I usually do when I make retro journals, is I started to glue them onto file folder. So this is going to be fussy cut out, and I'm going to use this as a tuck spot, and I love that it's going to have its own shape. And I put some of these images down. So just people. That's a fun one. And then this car one. And what I like to do is I like to use the image of the car and then put the little paragraph or the blurb about it either in the pocket or near there somehow. And then I did these. This is going to be like traveling. I have a drawer for travel. This is going to be fussy cut out as well and used as a tuck spot. And I'm going to incorporate these letters somehow. I love that font. And I like that there's very defined lines where I'm going to fussy cut. I love this one. I have a whole drawer for travel. So I don't know if I'm going to keep this in a retro journal or the travel journal. This travel journal when I eventually make one. But I'm going to fussy cut this out as well. And then I think I have one more. So this is a fun one. Little black and white image here. An ad right here. Just lots of fun retro images. So once I glue them on, I am just going to set them aside because I want to just focus on gluing as many down as I can. For this one, I am probably going to glue this onto cardstock and then fussy cut around. And this, I am making sewing journals, retro sewing journals, so this is the perfect picture for it. And then I have other ads that I need to glue down as well. And it's been really fun looking through these images again because it's like I'm switching gears. It's a little refreshing. This one is definitely going to go as well. I'm going to put the little blurb near this car. I don't know if I'm going to keep the whole picture yet. It's kind of a pretty picture, so I might. Or if I'm going to fussy cut just the car out. So that's one. This is leftovers from other journals of retro things. This was from when I did my very first junk journal. This was back in 2018, beginning of 2018, when I found out about junk journals, and I jumped head first in, which is ironic that I said that because that's what they're doing. But this is from a modern magazine, and I had so few things back then that I saved this as like a retro image. Yeah, it's strange how far I've come. Let's kind of take a look at what I have in here. This is from a modern something. Oh, it's from an advertisement for American Spirit. I hope I can say that on YouTube. Everything's censored now. But I thought these looked kind of retro. So that's what I had back then. This was one of my first big purchases. I bought a whole set of, I think they were called New World books. Those encyclopedias. Oh, it's called a World book. That's what my glue press is. But this came out of one of those. And I bought those books for 25 cents each. And this probably came from a modern magazine as well. This definitely came from a modern magazine. I thought it looked retro. And this actually came from, what are those Popular Mechanic books? I always forget what those are. This is from a modern magazine. So as you can see, I had very little back then. But I still have them in this little sheet protector with the retro images. So I'm going to keep adding more. This picture, I'm not quite sure where it's going to go because they're in ball gowns, and that's a very distinct and unique look. So let me put that on the side. These, or this, I used like a page or two out of this, and I really like this, so I am going to use probably a page. Each journal will get a page of this. And then I had this in the drawer, and I'm not sure if I'm going to use it. But so before coming on camera, I looked through those old pieces of odds and ends so that I could come on here and look at the fun stuff with you guys. So we're just going to go through this book. This was in one of my recent hauls. I got this probably over a year ago, but I didn't do the haul until recently. And this is one of those Let's Live magazine catalogs. Well, it's not really a catalog, but it's from 1954, and it's part of the set that I'm giving one of these books away. That was a weird way of saying that. But I am in my giveaway, my 1,000 subscriber giveaway. One of you will get one of these books. And right now it's the 21st. I'm uploading this tomorrow, the 22nd. So there's one more day to enter. So if you are interested in getting a book like this for yourself, and you want to enter the giveaway, please jump over to that video. I'll try to link it down below. But let's go ahead and look through this. I'm a little nervous because I'm a little nervous about tearing into one of these. Like, that's kind of a big deal, right? This is from 1954, and I need to remember that there's lots of pages in here, so this can go a long way. And this is such a hoarder mentality because I have a lot of these books. All right. Now, if I think about it, there's 12 months in a year, and there's going to be 12 cover pages in here. So I'm trying to figure out how many journals I want to make. And I want it to be sewing journals. So they're going to be, the covers will be sewing patterns. But I think I should save this to make its own journal, right? Let's think about that. Let me know what you guys think. Because I mean, I'd have to fold it the other way, or I could just cut it out. Okay, I'm like all over the place. Sorry. Okay, let's think about that. Now I'm just going to go through and see. Let's just take a little tour of this book and see what I can use. The pages are very thin. They would definitely need to be backed onto something, and like the font here would be nice in a background. So that's a good page. I mean, a good picture to use. This one is 2, this one is 2. So the ads on here are good. I really don't get hesitant about tearing up a book, but I'm a little bit hesitant right now. That's a really cool ad. Okay, so there's lots of good usable ads in here. Like this one, this one. I mean, they look 50s, if you know what I mean. This would be good background for something. So I don't even know the size of my journal yet. So I'm not looking at like the big pages. I'm looking for little tags and things right now. So I just need to jump in. Let's just start tearing. Now the question is, do I try to see if there's threads? We're already at 13 minutes. Okay, there are threads. If I could find the middle of the signature somehow. So let me just take the threads out, because I do want to show you guys the other things that will be used to start off with in these journals. This is like, where is the middle? It's like deceiving. Because it looks like the middle, it's more towards the front. Okay, it might, duh, it's this one. Okay. All right, let me go ahead and see if I can get in there with this. Of course, it's this one. I should know that because they used a full spread. And that's exactly what we do for the center of signatures. All right, so I don't feel as bad when I take it out by the thread, because I'm not like ripping anything. But let me start some with you guys. So I think I definitely want this. It looks like a nice fun one. And then, okay, but I might want to do something with that. So let's go ahead and put this aside. I don't want this because I don't think I want like a laxative ad. This could be a good background page, but it's big. So if it's so big, I'm going to leave it for later once I know the size of my journal. This one, it's cartoon. Actually, you know what I was going to do before I tear these threads out? So this is kind of like, I'm still brainstorming a little bit, as I'm sure you can tell. What I should have done, but then I guess I couldn't tear it out. I was going to glue the pages shut. Like, I want to use this one. Relax on New Beauty and Health Board. Doctors everywhere recommend a feet up position for complete relaxation in health and beauty. Interesting. And then I want to use that. So let's try. And I don't really like any of this back here. So this would be a perfect page to try this. So let me try it with you guys here. We are going to glue these two pages together to make this thicker. And then let's see how thick it is. Okay, so let's start with this one. This is going about right there. And I really should put something else under it. Okay, so we are starting right here. Now the reason why I'm doing this like this, or why I thought about doing it like this, is because the page is going to go to the edge because it's its own page. I mean, it belonged to each other, kind of. So I'm going to do that, press it down, and then take this and just really press it down. And okay, and then I'll just let that dry. Now this one, I do want to go all the way down here, so I'm going to go in and cut it. And my goal is to really not be stingy with my books and things, because if I want to make a pretty journal, I need to use my pretty things, right? Alright, so let me just go ahead and cut this. And then so it's gluing really well. And because it's gluing really well, which of course I thought it would because it's very thin paper, I'm going to use my like bad glue stick and see if this one. I got this glue stick at the dollar store, and I got this glue stick at the dollar store, and this has become my new favorite. I love it so much. It's kind of like a wetter consistency. So for me, that's like really easy. And this one is a much drier consistency. So as you can see, I'm struggling. And I'm also afraid that I'm going to tear the paper. All right. I don't think that I'm going to even keep that glue stick. But it was worth the risk because that's how I found the other one that I like. I think one of you guys asked me in my glue hacks video what glue sticks I like. My favorite glue stick is the Elmer's Extreme glue stick, which I used to be able to find in stores, but it's only online now. But this is my second favorite, which is the Hobby Lobby one that I got for 50 cents, like packs of them. And it's a pretty wet glue stick, but this has become my favorite. And I don't know if you have this dollar store near you, but it's called the Dollar King. All right, so let's set this aside. And let's go ahead and I'm going to show you what else I'm using. I'm going to be using this magazine from 1972, from February 1972. I guess it was Valentine's, because it's February. Already I love the ads. Okay, this is a great page. I love that. And this is perfect because I'm doing a glue book. So there's staples right here. I don't think I'm going to be able to take the staples out. So I am going to, how did I just skip right past this page before? I'm gonna cut down the side. I'm so bad at using like these box cutter or X-Acto knives. I can never cut, like, first of all, I can't cut through, but it's also really hard for me to follow like a line or a shape because I veer off track. But this is perfect for a sewing journal. I love that. It's gonna be big. It's gonna be probably too big. Maybe. I wish I had a sewing pattern here. But we'll see. We'll see what we can do. So I'm gonna set that aside. And let's see what else is in here. This is a cool ad. See, I naturally, of course, want to find 50s magazines or 40s or 30s. But when I look at these 70s magazines, even though they're a lot easier to come across, they have such a unique look about them. This just reminds me of Mary Tyler Moore. Okay. I feel like I could use every page. That's cool. trying to look for an expiration date. Super cool. All right, but let's just... So this is my plan. I'm going to go through these. Like, would this be cool? I think this would be cool in a beauty, like a beauty journal. So I might set that aside for that. So it's sewing themed. This would be cool in like a cooking. And then the back has this. So I need to be thinking about what is going to go good in a sewing journal. And I've also decided that I'm definitely going to have like some of the journals be 70s and some be likely, 50s or 60s. They're not too different, right? They kind of blend together. That's a big picture though. The Knox family of nutritious foods. These are nutritious foods. It's all gelatin. Toothpaste. Okay, here's food. This would be good for a sewing journal. Making an art of the Afghan. Let's grab that one. All right, but I think that since I went through all of my older magazines and weeded out a lot, tomorrow I'm just gonna spend the day. Oh, cool. This can be, okay, good. There's like a bunch of these. These will be perfect because they're very sewing related. And this too, it's like fashion. Okay, that's pretty cool. And I really like this lady. She kept her magazines really clean. This will definitely be cool too. These fashion type pages. Okay. All right. So I think okay, cool. There's more. This was like the perfect magazine for me to choose. That's really awesome. Look at this cool room. Of course, this looks very new, but some estate sales that I go to, it really has this vibe. It's like 20, 30, 40 years old, but it's still, you can imagine how it was back then. Like, I've been to so many estate sales with like carpet like this, crazy drapes. These will be good for like a decorating journal. Not that I don't think I would make that, but this could be in like, I'm thinking of making a beauty journal because I have a book, one of my favorite finds ever. It's a cosmetology book from, I think it's pretty old, but the pictures in there are really cool. So I might save these hairstyle ones to go in that Okay, now that I'm looking through these would be perfect too. It would be good in a sewing journal too, because it's kind of like fashion. I'm not going to stick like strictly to fashion. Like if I see something I like if I want to put this kind of thing in, I'll put it in too. I'm not going to be too strict. But now that I'm looking through this really carefully, there were lots of cigarette ads. I'm seeing that these are really good magazines. So I'm going to make a mental note because it looks kind of boring. Like Women's Day looks kind of boring to me. But there's actually so many good things in there. So next time I see Women's Day from this era or before, I'm definitely going to grab them. But I think I will go ahead and end the video here. I hope it wasn't too boring because I'm just kind of all over the place right now. But let me know what you guys think. Like, should I stick to strictly sewing? I don't think I will, but would you guys do that? Or would you open it up a little bit more broad of a category? Because it's going to be mainly sewing, a sewing journal, but I'm going to include more like lifestyle things too. But let me know what you guys think. If you like this video, if you're excited for this new series, it's going to be my new retro series. Please give me a thumbs up down below. And if you want to see more videos from me, please subscribe to my channel. And then if you hit the notification bell, you'll be notified when I upload a video. But thank you so much for watching today, and I will talk to you next time. Bye, everyone.